Welcome to Last Week on Office Hours, week 38. My name is Ken Jordan from Surrey in the UK, and my co-host today is Leo.
Good morning, Ken, on this cold and very windy day in the UK.
And we'll start, as we do, on Monday, where we had 2 hours of general questions.
Do YouTube copyright strikes count against the account or just the individual channel?
I believe it goes against the entire account.
Wondering if an iPad Pro can accomplish the same telestrator effect as the Wacom tablet.
I'd say for the most part, not the way you've seen it here.
Could you get video into the iPad with NDI?
The problem is then you need an app that can draw over top of it.
Thoughts on the production of the 2021 Emmy Awards?
Occasionally you would see the camera and the teleprompter over there.
I kept seeing people in the background when the speaker was on stage.
Watching on YouTube, so that experience was good.
What are some good nonprofits to do free gigs for? Look locally. Local often struggles, and you meet a lot of great people.
Every church and temple and maybe even mosque, they would love your help.
On Tuesday, we covered audio. We had Paul Terpstra from Clover covering parabolic mics and their uses, and we were able to hear the differences between parabolic mics and other mics. Well worth listening to.
We built a prototype in 2011, and in early 2012, Fox came back and said, we want 50 for next season. That picture right there is basically what put us in business, because Crystal Partners refused to change the shape of their dish, so Fox went out to look for somebody that would. I'm speaking to you through my little 9-inch parabolic up there. The one that I have right now that you're listening to is the one that Countryman builds for us, that has basically a bass boost built in.
We use this one that you sold that had the little adjustment, and I will admit that a standard lapel is not as good as the one you had.
And on Wednesday, we had our monthly revisit into Amazon Web Services, AWS, with our expert crew.
You just download the Cloudflare exe, then you say you want a new tunnel. And I'm not logged into anything. I just press enter and it's requesting a new quick tunnel. Anybody that has the link could go to this website and just go to the emulator and remotely control my companion.
If you need to request those reservations early and then spin them up early. So it can be expensive, but what's more expensive is not being able to do your show.
If you're building a service on AWS and that service needs to be resilient, it needs to check all the boxes for compliance, those kinds of things, I think you'll be hard pressed to be able to do it for less money.
On Thursday, we had a discussion about how to get the most out of office hours. I myself have been on office hours now for coming up on 9 months and have found it a great resource.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Thursday show because it allowed me to talk about the website, which I build, and within there, all the different areas within the website that you can search and find different shows.
And I think it also shows the organic growth of office hours, because it's showing how these tools that we're using every day and how you can expand and use them in different ways. And I think that's the advantage, one of the big things you get joining and getting involved.
I will say, if anyone out there is thinking of jumping on the panel, then I would definitely encourage doing that, because last summer was the first time I was on here and I was terrified. I'm still terrified when I come on the panel sometimes, but it's totally worth just coming in, even hanging out on the mic checks, and then leaving or coming back the next day and trying again. It's totally worth trying out. And then every time it gets a bit easier.
And understand that tomorrow is another day. If you don't like the answer, no one's going to hold it against you. If you decide about the question, think it over, rephrase it, tweak it down a little bit, and then ask it again.
And also understand that there are people who are watching and they're just waiting until they are comfortable enough to participate.
On Friday, we focused on producing both virtual and live events.
What is the ultimate outcome that they're looking for? Because sometimes those are some unspoken things that don't necessarily happen in the blueprint. And as the producer, that's your responsibility to anticipate. And again, for the overall experience of your client, because then they come back afterwards because you did such a great job.
Don't forget that the client is actually there to do a job, and they're probably a subject matter expert. So while we want to light them and give them good audio, and that's our priority, they actually have a job to do, which sometimes we forget.
Quite often, or more often than I would like, I would have to tell the client that what they're looking to do is not realistic, either in terms of time frame or budget.
For someone like me that's been in office hours, it's a little bit difficult right now because you're seeing what we do here and you're going back to the old, and it's just not tight at all.
Which leads us to Saturday, when we put everything together. First of all, we talk about general questions. Then we have an hour of education, which is never on YouTube. It's one of those ones you have to join to be involved in, which is then followed by the Belfast method.
Show is ready. Please stand by.
Slow dissolve to 1 and go. Take. Thank you.
Could we get PTZ3 on the SuperSource? On the second box, SuperSource. Thank you. Ready, SuperSource. Dissolve SuperSource.
Ready, 5.
I just want a free wheel.
Slow dissolve.
I don't wanna stop.
But thank you so much, everyone. Really well done.
Thank you to our contributors for their packages. Also thank you to Rotem and Douglas who produced the show this week.
And if you want to contribute to Last Week on Office Hours, go to lastweekonofficehours.com where you'll find a form with all the details on how you can contribute to the show. Thank you.
I'm Leo Mindell, and see you this week on Office Hours.
And I'm Ken Jordan, and thank you for watching.